Upper tier of wide receiver. So Jefferson against Jacksonville. CeeDee Lamb, I don't care if it's Cooper Rush or if it's Trey Lance. That's a very expensive price point. He's dealing with an AC and joint injury. AJ Brown, if he plays, could be a great spot. Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams. Like, I'll just tell you out of the gate, since I get to go first here, it's Justin Jefferson for me. It's an absolute smash spot. The only drawback is that at that price, you actually need a really big game.
You do, but it's Justin Jefferson. No doubt about it. I'm all about that. I'm gonna go again. There's a million caveats here. I'll go to Garrett Wilson though. It just seems like he's still, I know that Devontae Adams also had 11 targets and got banged up and looked good, but Wilson is just fantastic, and they can utilize him in a lot of different ways. He's 7,200. I don't think he'll be crazy popular. I hope not. But yeah, I'll go Garrett Wilson.
I don't mind it at all. He's amazing. And I actually think that having Devontae Adams there isn't really bad for Wilson. Those guys might just combine for a 65% target share for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's something that, when there's volume, it's actually better because they can't take, they're not like, oh, we're going to bracket Garrett Wilson. That's just not going to happen.
And Lazard's on the IR.
Yeah.
So there's nobody else to trust. And Rodgers is big on the trust factor, but how at this point can you not trust Garrett Wilson just as much as Devontae Adams?
You should trust him more, honestly.
He should. Did you see he said he was like, just get open on that one. And
he's great.
And he made the most after something like that, there's just absolutely no way you don't love those guys. So I'm still I'm going back and forth on the Devontae Garrett Wilson stack with Rodgers. Maybe I'll sprinkle it. And you have that outburst, but I get the Garrett Wilson play. Would you play Devonta Smith if AJ Brown is out at his price point? Because he's very expensive.
Absolutely.
You would almost 8K.
I would. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It's only obviously if AJ Brown is out.
For sure.
But yes, I would.
Okay. If AJ Brown is in, would you play AJ Brown?
Yes, for sure.
Got it. But not Devonta. You can't pay for Devonta.
Definitely not.
Okay. For what it's worth, I'm with you, but I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page there. And then on FanDuel, you look at the prices. AJ Brown is $8,900. Devonta's $85,000. So they preemptively priced him up too. Expensive stuff, but Devonta's as good as it gets, man. Mid-tier, and I know we're up against it a little bit here, but if I asked you right now, how many teams could Devonta be the number one on? Off the top of your head, what would you say?
Devonta Smith?
Yeah.
15.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. Somewhere around like half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's better utilized not as an alpha, personally.
Totally. But he can actually operate as an alpha, and we've seen that with Brown out. So that's the
100%.
good. Mid-tier. I don't love the mid-tier this week. I really don't. It might be Mooney if Drake London sits with that hit pointer. What a resurgence from Darnell Mooney, man. He's been awesome.
You were on that. Atlanta's been awesome. There's a lot of mouths to feed, but he's still getting his.
So who is it though? In the mid, like, is it a George Pickens day against Washington?
I do think you could do that.
Expensive.
I'm going for it. I'm taking Brian Thomas.
All right, so you're all in on this Jacksonville.
I mean, I'm all in the sense that if you're going to do it, you need to go for it. And Brian Thomas is someone that targets at times can be a problem. Home run upside is not a problem. If he's good to go and Jacksonville moves the ball at all, that's where I want to go. He's not going to be popular because I think he's a little overpriced. I kind of like that with a player like him. Big boom bust type play. Brian Thomas is a good GPP tournament stab.
Yeah, all right. Well, we know he's very good, and we know there's no Christian Kirk. So you know what? I'm fine with it, Ben. I'm fine. Oh, give me Pickens, 6,800. I think
that's more than reasonable. I almost said him.
I'm a huge fan of George. Like, I just think George Pickens is one of the best receivers out there that doesn't get the love he deserves.
He's another
So
one. Like, I know we're up against it, but like, he could be the number one on more teams than Devontae.
probably, yeah, with his size and his catch radius.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not really up against it. Like we're hitting low tier of wide receivers. We're fine.
No,
Uh, but yes, Pickens, like Pickens with let's say Pickens even with Kirk Cousins, like Drake London role. Is he a 1,200-yard receiver? I think it's just absolutely yes, without question.
I would agree.
I don't love the mid tier though. I think the mid tier is where I have the least interest right now.
I mean, again, that's why I think it's prime for tournament throw.
For sure. All right. How about we go down to this low tier? This is fun. Like if Drake London sits, you have to consider Ray McLeod. You might be interested in Parker Washington for Trevor Lawrence snacks. Do you know Nick Westbrook-Akina has scored in 4 straight games?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, and I'm not doing that this week. I just wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, please
But
don't do that.
okay. Can I rapid fire a few of these cheap guys to you and get your
Sure.
thoughts? All right, Lad McConkey,
Lad McConkey, where is he?
59.
Uh,
Home against Tennessee, 7.5-point favorite.
yeah, I'd say no.
Calvin Ridley, same game, 5,700.
Yeah, more interested than Ridley than Lad. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a yes on both, but more interested in Ridley than Lad. DeAndre Hopkins against Denver, though.
Yeah, it's a tough
5,200.
one. Ownership, I'm gonna punt.
Okay, so that's a no.
It's a it's a yes pending ownership, not a no
Got it.
pending ownership. I like
Got it.
him, but I think he might be really popular coming off an island game where he caught, he looked fantastic.
I agree. Also, if he gets a lot of Patrick Surtain treatment, that'd be an easier fade for me. Because Mahomes still is going to spread the ball around. Quentin Johnston, 4,900.
Yeah, more interested in him than Lad.
I'll put it to you this way. I like these guys as stack pieces because Herbert's so cheap.
I get that. I definitely get that.
Cedric Wilson, 4,600.
I mean, I don't really want to mess around. There's so many random guys for New Orleans. Like you could say Mason Tipton for the same price, basically.
You know what? You're right. And that's why that's why I wanted to ask you this one because
Yeah.
because we're both assuming that Olave's out, right?
Oh yeah. That was bad.
Is there anybody that we can try and find for the Saints though?
No.
Wow.
They have
That's
Taysom
just
Hill and they've got Kamara.
that's just sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
Like even Bub Means is on the IR. I'd probably give Cedric Wilson some consideration, but it's gross. All right, and then last one. Well, McLeod, if London sits, just has to be a yes. But
Yep.
Parker Washington, 3,900.
Definitely a yes. I'll throw in Van Jefferson. He's on my list here.
Okay. Who would be your favorite cheap one?
I mean, I think DeAndre Hopkins all in all is the best of the cheapies because he just is. I'm not putting 2 Jacksonville people on the list. People are going to think I'm insane.
You are a little bit. All right. So who are you going?
I'll go with DeAndre Hopkins.
All right. You know what? If Mason Rudolph's still starting, I'm going to go Ridley.
That's who I was going to say. Yeah.
You're finally seeing them figure out ways to use him. I don't care if they lose these football games or not. You look at the last 4 games, 8, 9, 15, and 8 targets. The last 2, though, like he caught 3 of 17 with Indy and Buffalo. The last 2 games, he's caught 15 of 23 for 213 yards or something no, more than that. 230, whatever it is. The ceiling is there for Ridley. So I actually like him in this spot.